This live video is starting. Okay, here we go. You ever notice how your brain suddenly becomes a very convincing attorney for snacks late at night? Not yelling and not dramatic, just extremely persuasive sometimes. Suddenly there's this tiny lawyer in your head making arguments like, maybe just a little something, or you didn't eat that much today, or my personal favorite, you'll start fresh tomorrow. Before you know it, you're in full negotiation with the food, like it's a business meeting. So tell me the truth. If you've ever had that happen to you, that little midnight negotiation going on in your head, drop a food emoji for me in the comments so I'll know I'm not the only one. Now, be sure to stick around for a few minutes because something really interesting has been happening lately. I want to tell you how I'm actually feeling after 12 days of my Elevate Life journey. And there have been a couple of changes that honestly surprised me. If we haven't met yet, I'm Rhonda Jean Dillard, and I love helping ambitious women just like you learn to manifest vibrant health and financial freedom, one intentional habit at a time, and one cutting edge uh, tool at a time as well. Healthy tool. Now, I'm sure that you've been here at least one day, right? And if not, then go and see day one through, what are we on? 12, 11. And tell me where you're tuning in from tonight. Always love seeing where everybody is, where you're watching from. I'm sharing what I'm learning and what I'm practicing and the habits that are helping me create my intentional reality. And I'm curious about something too. What part of improving your health really feels the hardest right now? Discipline or energy or cravings or consistency? Drop a word in the comment because I'd really love to hear what you're working through. So maybe I could help you as well. This is day 12 of Elevate Life, where I am sharing my real time journey of improving my health, strengthening my discipline, and elevating my mindset one intentional habit at a time. Not perfection, definitely not. Elevation, okay? Now, here's a funny thing about that snack negotiation. For a long time, it's something that would pop up for me more often than not, especially late at night when the day is, winds down and you're relaxing and your brain decides that it has opinions about snacks. And the strange thing about those moments is how logical they sound. Your brain never says something ridiculous like, oh, let's go eat everything in sight. No, it sounds very reasonable. It says things like, just a little snack won't hurt. You deserve it after today, or you'll do better tomorrow. We can start next Monday. Suddenly, the voice in your head sounds like a very convincing life coach for very bad decisions, right? Now, tell me I'm not the only one. I mean, if you've ever had that moment where your brain is negotiating with snacks, drop me some food emojis down there. So I know we're all human here, right? Um, Here's the interesting part. What I've learned over the years studying personal development and manifesting is that those moments are not really about willpower. Most people think that discipline means forcing yourself to ignore those thoughts and just pushing through them, right? But that's not actually how lasting change works. Wayne Dyer talks about this in The Power of Intention, and it changed the way that I look at habits. He explains that when you begin living with intention, you start noticing patterns that you didn't see before. That awareness is very powerful because the moment you notice the habit forming, suddenly you have a choice. Before awareness, the habit just runs automatically, right? Old paradigm. After awareness, you get to decide what happens next. And that's why the most successful people in the world rely on a few simple daily practices that sharpen awareness. Gratitude, meditation, and visualization. You've heard me say before. Those are the three powerful ones. Gratitude trains your mind to focus on what's working instead of what's missing. Okay? Meditation creates that space between a thought and an action. Okay? And visualization trains your mind to recognize the life that you want before it actually shows up. Little gratitude in advance. Okay? And when you practice those habits consistently, your brain begins recognizing opportunities and decisions that align with the future that you're imagining. So instead of reacting to life, you start directing it. Now, remember earlier when I said I'd tell you what I've been noticing personally? Something interesting has really been happening over these last few days with me. About 5 days ago, I started using our triple stacked Elevate system, and while I'm still continuing those habits that I've already been practicing, okay, and something has started shifting. That snack negotiation voice in my head has been getting quieter each night. Not completely gone yet, but noticeably calmer. I'm also sleeping better, deeper, and waking up just feeling great in the morning, feeling better in the morning, right? And my joints, which sometimes like to announce themselves, popping and crackling and groaning and hurting, have been a lot quieter too. Now, I always want to be very clear about something. Habits are your foundation, okay? No product can replace habits, but the right support can absolutely amplify what you're already doing. And that's what I'm really curious to keep watching over the next few weeks with me. If you're curious about Elevate and want the information, they just did a great video last night that explains all of it. Comment Elevate and I'll make sure that I get it to you. But the bigger lesson tonight isn't really about snacks or discipline. It's about awareness, right? Knowing what's going on. When you become aware of the pattern, a trap that your brain is falling in, you gain the power to change it. Now, sometimes that's easier said than done, right? But that's exactly what we're practicing right now inside Manifest Your Best Health. I have a challenge going on right now. You can join anytime. Women who want to elevate your health, they're learning simple habits that train your mind and strengthen that awareness one step at a time instead of trying all the different gurus, different things. Let's focus on something, that we can really pinpoint. And if you want to join us, the Mmmmm link is in the first comment. Well, actually, it's in the link in my bio, but I will put it in the first comment. And you can jump in anytime, honey. And if you want to start with, if you want to just go back and try to start from the beginning and with the 3 habits that begin shaping your intentional reality, you can go grab my free manifesting guide in the link in my bio. It explains these 3 simple practices successful people use to train their brains toward the life they want. Big successful people with a lot of money, but the people that I really studied did not just have money, they were happy. And there's a lot of people with money that aren't happy, right? Because here's something that I truly believe. You are not stuck, okay? Sometimes you're just one new level of awareness away from making different choices. This is day 12 of my Elevate Life journey, and tomorrow we're going to talk about something really powerful, how visualization actually trains your brain to recognize the life that you want before it shows up. There's that gratitude in advance that I was talking about. Now you've got one life. Make it the one you're meant to live, the one you always wanted to live. Y'all have a great evening, great afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow.